Hey folks, good morning. James Azar here with the CyberHub Podcast for your daily Practitioner Brief. I hope you're having an amazing week. Last Practitioner Brief for this week. Yep, that's it. Tomorrow I got a brilliant tech corner coming up. We're going to be talking about HR, recruitment, so many cool things. So make sure you tune in to that. That'll be out tomorrow. Today, an amazing Cisco talk with Patrick Gall, the executive director of the NTSC. We're talking about cyber policy on the Hill. What is the NTSC working on? What bills and what regulations can we see come in place for cyber, including data breach notifications and so many other things. So make sure you tune in. Before we get started today, though, make sure you subscribe right now. If you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you'll get notified every time we post a brand new podcast and video out. Today we'll have two of them, including our Cisco talk later this afternoon. And if you can get all of our stories for our Practitioner Brief on our website at cyberhubpodcast.com. And now let's get right into today's stories. I've got 4 of them today, so it's a really busy day. Oracle kills 402 bugs in a massive October patch update. Software giant Oracle is urging customers to update their systems in the October release of their quarterly patch update, which fixes 402 vulnerabilities across various product families. Over half of these vulnerabilities, 272 of them, are open products up to remote exploitation without authentication. That means that the flaw may be exploited over a network without requiring user credentials. The majority of the flaws are in Oracle Financial Services applications, Oracle MySQL, Oracle Communications, Oracle Fusion Middleware, Oracle Retail Applications, and Oracle e-Business Suite. But overall, 27 Oracle product families are affected by the flaws. Users can find the patches and everything available on our website at cyberhubpodcast.com. These include a flaw in the self-service analytics component of Oracle Healthcare Foundation, which is a unified healthcare analytics platform that is part of the Oracle Health Science Application Suite. The flaw CVE 2021-953 can be remotely exploited without requiring any user credentials. Really requires no user interaction and is easy to exploit according to Oracle. Affected supported versions include 7.11, 7.2.0, 7.2.1, and 7.3.0. Many more flaws, all available on our website. I want to try and get this done as quickly as possible for you folks today so you can get that. So if you're using Oracle within your enterprise environment, now is the time to go. Get patches done. Get it all set up. Put this on your calendar, on your patch management calendar, on your vulnerability management. Evaluate every single one of these patches and how critical it is for your organization, and then start executing these patches at your earliest time available. Another patch, another flaw, folks, coming from Cisco this time, which is warning of severe denial of service flaws in their network security software. Cisco has stomped out a slew of high-severity vulnerabilities across its lineup of network security products. The most severe flaw can be exploited by an unauthenticated remote attacker to launch a passel of malicious attacks, from denial of service to cross-site request forgery. The vulnerability exists in Cisco's Firepower Threat Defense software, which is part of its suite of network security and traffic management products and its adaptive security appliance software, the operating systems for its family of ASA corporate network security devices. The most severe of these flaws include a vulnerability in Cisco Firepower Chassis Manager, FCM, which exists in the Firepower Extendable Operating System, FXOS, and provides management capabilities. The flaw CVE 2023-456 ranks 8 out of 10 on the CVSS scale and stems from insufficient CSRF protections in the FCM interface. It could be exploited to enable CSRF, which means that when attackers are authenticated on the server, they also have control over the client. I have here another probably 16 different CVEs on the report today, urging you to go to our website, read those, and patch them. Patch them. Let's talk about Zerologon again, where QNAP is now issuing an advisory on the Zerologon vulnerability. Storage solution provider QNAP published an advisory to warn customers that certain versions of QTS, the operating system for its network-attached storage devices, are affected by the Zerologon vulnerability, which is residing in the Microsoft Windows Net Logon remote protocol and was addressed on August of this year with Patch Tuesday. Today, both Iran and Russian adversaries were observed abusing Zerologon. Cisco has issued it. Most targeted bugs are Fortinet, 40 iOS VPN, and Mobile Iron MDM. This week, QNAP revealed that it too released patches for Zerologon and is urging customers to do that. So the last two stories here real quick, all around security products and so forth, where yesterday I spoke of the NSA releasing the 25 most used vulnerabilities that nation states, specifically China, was using to attack the U.S. government and U.S. corporate interests. We still continue to see these vulnerabilities exist within security products because guess what, folks? Security products are built by humans too. They also have vulnerabilities. And so this notion that a security product is secure is a flawed notion to begin with. We must constantly be vetting our security vendors and constantly talking about their vulnerabilities and constantly managing those as well, beyond Microsoft, beyond Adobe, beyond everything else. That's critical because as you saw yesterday on the NSA 25 most used vulnerabilities by China, about 70% of those were from security vendors, folks. So that just lets you know that when there's these nation states, these attackers, our opponents, when they see a security vulnerability in a security product, they pounce on it and they take advantage of it. So make sure you do patch those and make sure you're talking to your cyber partners, your cybersecurity vendor partners on how to do that. Our final story of today has a lot to do with cyber, very little to do with a CISO. And that's yesterday's evening's DNI and FBI joint news conference, essentially saying that Iran was behind the Proud Boys voter intimidation emails that have been sent in Florida and Alaska to Democratic voters. Voters registered as Democrats in both Florida and Alaska have received voter intimidation emails claiming to be from the far-right group known as the Proud Boys. These emails used the subject of vote for Trump or else and warned Democratic voters that they must change their party to Republican and vote for President Trump or the Proud Boys will come after them. Again, sowing division in our nation. Now, why am I talking about this story? James, are you going to get political? I don't get political on the Practitioner Brief. You can tune into Goodbye Privacy for that. It's because we as cybersecurity professionals have a duty. We have a duty to our employees, to our families, to their families, to our organization, and to people within our network to properly warn them of these threats. We have real enemies trying to shake the core of our nation by using our open democratic processes against us, meaning turning our own weapons against us. And the solution to this is knowledge, is sharing. Director Wray of the FBI yesterday said that these opponents, these adversaries, these nation states are out to sow discord and create panic among people in order to create unrest in the U.S. that serves their interest. Unrest in the U.S. means less people pay attention to their misdeeds, and we see that coming from nation states like Iran, like Russia, like China, and many others. Meaning it is time for us to step up as a community, educate our people. We're 12 days away from Election Day here. We're the longest lasting democratic experience on the planet, and it's on us as cybersecurity professionals to address these kinds of news from a professional technological standpoint and advising our teams of what this means in order that that education can flow down. And top down is always the way these messages get across, being able to get rid of all the noises that exist everywhere else. That's it for our Practitioner Brief here today, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. We'll be back with a lot more on Monday. Make sure you don't miss today's CISO Talk and tomorrow's Tech Corner. Until then, folks, stay healthy and stay cyber safe.